Here are 5 red flags to look out for when house hunting here in Houston. I'm Kristi Newcomb, team lead of Newcomb Realty Group, recognized among the top 1% out of all Houston realtors. Here are a few red flags that we've personally experienced, and we want to make sure that you look out for them as well. The first red flag is an unusually low asking price. Chances are, if the price is too good to be true, it probably is. So we have to look for foundation issues. Maybe there's neighborhood changes going on, maybe flood zones, right? This is why it's so important to connect with a real estate agent so we can dive in deeper and figure out why the house is listed or the land is listed below market value. So the second red flag is extensive recent renovations. Renovations can be a great selling point. They can also be hiding a lot of things, such as foundation issues or mold. For example, we've seen situations with flip houses where they might be sitting on the market for a while, right? They're a foreclosure. They've had no utilities. The mold and mildew build up in the house. They could have leaks during that time when they're sitting there. And then all of a sudden an investor buys them up, flips it, puts some lipstick on it. It looks great. You move in, and then all of a sudden you find out all of these issues. And so for our clients, an inspection is a non-negotiable, and that's how we overcome this red flag. Here in Houston, especially, this third red flag is something that you have to look out for, and it's signs of water damage. So here are a few signs that you should look out for. First, stains. Stains might not necessarily just be on the walls. They could be on the ceiling as well, so make sure you're looking up. Second one is smell. If you're smelling something funny, it could be like a musty smell, could be signs of mold. And then third, it's gonna be floors. Have you ever seen those wavy wood floors? That could be a sign that the water is literally just sitting on those floors. And then don't forget to check those baseboards. Now, just because a property doesn't show these signs of water damage doesn't necessarily mean that they haven't had previous water damage. We want to obtain as much information about the property, and one way of doing that is with a clue report. Okay, so the fourth red flag is actually not a red flag. It's called the seller's disclosure, which is mandatory in the state of Texas to provide a buyer. But the fourth red flag is what to actually look out for on the actual seller's disclosure. So a few things to look out for on the seller's disclosure would be the electrical issues, pest infestation, and then the one thing that I typically look out for on the seller's disclosure the most is the age of the roof. The reason being, based upon the age of the roof, depends on if the insurance company will deny coverage on the property. So that's why it's so important for me to obtain that information and to provide that for our buyers before moving forward on the property. Okay, so our final red flag is unrealistic seller demands. So the two things that you have to look out for is an as-is property. Because in the state of Texas, you have a due diligence period where you can hire your own inspector. That inspector's job is to tear the house apart on paper, right? And so if they're like, nope, as is, that's a red flag. You want to run. Another one would be if they're asking you to waive that option period, which, I mean, seriously, run at that point. At the end of the day, buying your home is your largest financial investment, at least one of them, right? So you want to make sure that you have your due diligence period to make sure that you are moving forward in the right direction. Now, these are some red flags that we help our clients navigate daily. And if you'd like our help as well, reach out, give us a call. If you're not yet ready to jump into the market, make sure that you subscribe for more real estate information.